I have always been a huge fan of the Scream series. I think that the first movie was great and it was a great starting point for these types of movies. Really, really cool, original, and it really, really worked. So I'm happy to say that this final movie, has stayed true to the spirit of what these movies are. So that's very, very, I was very happy to see that. But that being said, this movie begins 25 years after the first movie, and once again, there is a killer with that ghost face mask going around murdering people. And this killer, he or she, seems to be targeting a group of teenagers trying to bring out a secret that has long been hidden. And this brings the original cast members back in to help find out who the killer is, why they're doing what they're doing, and to stop them for good, we hope. This review is showing up very late because I only just watched this movie 2 days ago or something, because I didn't want to go see it in the cinema, so I waited until I could see it without having to go to the cinema. Even though there were a lot of positive things that people said about this movie, I just didn't feel like I wanted to go and see it in the cinema, so I didn't. But now I've seen it, so let's talk about Scream 5. This is going to be probably one of my shortest reviews simply because I don't have much to say about this movie, but I just want to say a little bit. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Tell you a little bit about my thoughts on Scream. Okay? It's funny because this movie is actually not called Scream 5, it's just called Scream. But it is the 5th movie in the series. And I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. It was cool because it stayed true to the first movie. It had the same kind of vibe as the original movie, and that was great. I think that was a great direction to go because fans of the series will enjoy this. But because those movies, especially the first one, worked in the time that it was released, it doesn't stand the test of time now. See, I did a little rewatch of all of them, and where I loved them at the time that they came out, watching them now, you're thinking, this is actually garbage. Well, for me anyways, it's one of those types of movies that works for the time that it was released, but you watch it now, you're thinking, yeah, no, this is not quite that great. It's very comedic, very cheesy. It's got a lot of scary horror murdering people in it, but it's very cheesy, and this movie kind of is very cheesy. And so while it works because it's true to its original, it didn't work for me simply because I don't think that a movie like this works in 2021, 2022, whenever it was released. It didn't work for me now. But that being said, it is not a badly done movie. It's actually made really, really well. But yeah, it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. One thing I will say about this movie is that it is very gruesome. Compared to the others, you see a lot more. They really go in with the murders. which is good, I suppose, because if you're going to a horror movie, you're going to see a horror movie, then you should expect to see a lot of gruesome stuff. And if you're sick to your stomach and things like that, then you shouldn't be watching a horror movie. Anyways, I don't actually class Scream as horror, even though that's what it's supposed to be. I never found them scary. I always found them to be just kind of fun, interesting, mysterious, because you're trying to figure out who the killer is. And that's pretty much what this one is. I feel like I don't have that much to say about it, just because while it's not a badly made movie, it didn't blow me away, it didn't impress me, but it didn't disappoint me either. Some of the original cast members are back in this movie, which is really nice to see. It's nice to see them on screen again. And I suppose if they're not getting lots of work somewhere else, this is a franchise where people have loved them. And it was nice to see them all on screen once again together. And it was just very nostalgic and I loved it. It made me happy to see them. But that does not make for the most fantastic movie ever made. But it was cool. It was cool to see them on screen. Have you seen Scream 5 but not called Scream 5? Have you seen it? And if you have, what did you think? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of in between? Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Please don't spoil it just in case some people haven't watched it, but it's been out a while now, so I believe that people probably have seen it. All the people that are going to see it have probably seen it. But yeah, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Were you happy to see another movie? Would you be happy to see more? Do you think that this is the last Scream movie that they're going to make? Or is this going to be like a Halloween thing where they're just going to keep making more until nobody wants to see them anymore? I hope not, but let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching me talk about yet another movie. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and please come back and watch more videos. Have a lovely one. Take care. Bye.